viewers out there, you're welcome to our Thursday edition of Sports Orbit. My name is Alpha Cho. Salif Usman is on today's edition of the program. Salifu, welcome to Sports Orbit.
Thank you, Asu.
On today's program, we'll begin straight from the staples of football governing body FIFA, where, of course, yesterday FIFA finally confirmed Saudi Arabia as the host of the 2034 FIFA World Cup during yesterday, actually. And of course, that has come with, some criticism initially. There were a lot of hues and cries about Saudi Arabia being getting this opportunity to host the World Cup in 2034, citing human rights abuses, everything. But against all odds, FIFA felt that it's time for the World Cup to go back once again to the Middle East. And of course, listening to different sports, programs today, some were saying just in a matter of 12 years after the Middle East hosted it, the competition is going back to, the Middle East once again, and all of that. And some have said FIFA used some underhand dealing to award, this competition to Saudi Arabia. But whichever way you look at it, in the last couple of years, Saudi Arabia seems to have become the hub of all kinds of sporting events. So for me, I mean, winning this right to host the World Cup for Saudi Arabia will be like the icing on the cake for them.
Yeah, exactly, the icing on the cake for Saudi Arabia, but for the rest of the world, it's not the same story.
Yeah.
And just like you say, in the usual enthusiasm that all normally follow when the host of the World Cup is announced. Yeah. Was completely missed yesterday. Even the media hype was completely low. In as much as, just like you say, since the coming of the Crown Prince, Samad, he is trying to liberalize a lot of things in Saudi Arabia. Or like before now, when the women were not allowed to go and work, now the Saudi Arabia women can move around within their moving around, work, earn money. Some of them can even drive, unlike in the past. But at the same time, just like you say, in the last decade, yes, even not in the last, we're completely as far in the last almost a decade now, or let's say in the last 5 years or 6 years, Saudi Arabia has been trying to be very accommodative, making their country a very a welcome country, a hospital for anybody that can come in, unlike in the past. So, and several sporting event has been hosting in Saudi Arabia, and for them, just like say in the icing of the cake, for them to wrap it all, or to concentrate on what they have is to hold this the multi World Cup event, and probably you can never say maybe they'll plan to hold the Olympics.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, sure.
So, but the one thing that is a little bit different from what normally happens in the past when a World Cup hosting is announced. So, if you look at the report on the leadership story today, Saudi Arabia, FIFA in particular, just in terms of people who are calling for underhandling, and it's clearly you can see the monkey hand in this awarding of World Cup goes to Saudi Arabia. First, FIFA come with the rule that no country, only on the other continent is allowed to bid for this food except from the Middle East. No Australia wanted to come, they stopped the Australia from bidding. And from last fast, Saudi Arabia become the sole bid for this World Cup. And at the same time, unlike in the past, when the members, all about 211 member organizations, nations have a right to choose between who, but this time that option was completely absent. And at the same time, also another question people was, what happened to FIFA rotation policy?
Exactly.
Okay, after the World Cup in Qatar, the next edition of the World Cup is going to South America.
North America, Mexico, USA, Canada.
USA,
which is let's say the Americas.
Then, the 2030 edition is being co-host Africa, Europe, and the same South Africa. And what they call Centenary World Cup will be hosting in Morocco, Portugal, Spain,
and one or two matches will play in Uruguay.
Argentina, and so a whole lot of things is completely missing. And the same people need to work and to be careful the way they are going about this World Cup. If not, at the end of the day, they may end up baptize this brand World Cup that everybody is too excited about it.
Exactly.
But no doubt about it, to me, awarding the World Cup for South Africa in my own view, is a positive development.
Yeah.
And in my own view, I still Saudi Arabia have demonstrated that they have the capacity to hold the World Cup based on what they have been doing in the past. Saudi Arabia, if you look at even the Hajj that is normally held every year, the largest congregation on the whole world, and how they manage crowd, the ability of crowd control, I think is second to none in the whole world. And in terms of facilities, and give them between now and then, South Africa will put up a perfect facility. But another thing that is likely going to happen is the idea of having the World Cup in the winter window. That is another thing that is going to be dragged, just like what happened in the Qatar World Cup. When the World Cup has to be played in the winter, contrary to the summer timetable for the World Cup. And if you are going by that, if God keep our life till that 2030, and we are going to play a winter World Cup, and don't forgetting that the World Cup has been expanded to almost 48 teams, so that increase the number of matches. And definitely most of the major league in Europe, for instance, the Premier League, the Liga, are going to have issue with FIFA. Because if you recall, in 2002, they have to stop the league for the World Cup to go on. And you can't compare that World Cup in Qatar to the World Cup that is going to come in 2013, because the larger numbers of the duration of the period. So, but one thing that is very clear that is talking about the handling. Once you have money, you can get whatever you want to get. And I believe Saudi use this guy's one on the headline there. And I believe Saudi use their oil-rich money to convince FIFA and to get this hosting right.
Move away from that now. Of course,
on the headlines.
Currently, as it is, shortly before came to CAF has started that process already of shortlisting the final, shortlist for the Player of the Year awards. Of course, the likes of Lukman, Chiamaka Nadozie will be hopeful to emerge as the finalist, bearing any, surprises. But likely, Lukman Nadozie will definitely end up on the final shortlist on the men's and women's side.
Yeah, there's no how they do it. Are going to miss out from the final top three. Already a whole lot of people across the continent has already tipped Lukman to win the award, and how will you expect that to miss from the final four? So out of the five players, I just like to say, I hope that Lukman will be on the final list, and at the same time, even the South Africa goalkeeper will also be on the final list. So, but at least before the end of today, we'll be able to know the final top three on the CAF award list.
All right, away from that now to the CHAN 2025 qualifiers, where assistant coach Daniel Ogumodede has declared that this time around that Ghana will not be able to stop the home Eagles again, stating that the home-based Eagles will do everything they need to do to qualify for this next year's CHAN. Well, I think it's best to do the talking on the pitch.
Yeah, that is the expectation of everybody. That is the prayer of everybody, that Ghana should not stop us this time again. But it's better say than done. It's not about saying it, but coming to the action and play. But if you look at their preparation so far, I'm not too convinced about their preparation so far.
Exactly.
So they have not. It's not about boasting. And look at the number of matches they have played so far, and the
quality of opposition.
Quality of the position. So
I think they just trashed one other team 5-0 the other day. We are said here on Monday that the quality of opposition is really not.
So the quality of opposition have not really swaying or convincing me that okay, they are going to do anything. But one thing is that since Ogumodede and Ileshiku, who are grounded in the local league with the COVID, and having Wabo as the head of the coach, I think definitely we'll still give them the benefit of doubt, and we hope that they'll be able to do needful, and for having Ghana to do us the third time this time around, it is very on the
completely. Yeah. All right. Away from that now, where FIFA has wielded the big stick over CSK Moscow, over Nigerian player Chidera Ejuke. He had joined CSK from Heravin in 2000, and although he's now in Spain, but reports were getting is up till now CSK haven't been able to pay the €3 million transfer fee, and as a result of that, FIFA has slammed an 18-month transfer ban on CSK Moscow.
Yes, to me, that is a positive
Yeah.
development, and a positive development, a good one, and I believe this will serve as a deterrent.
Because this is how many years now? Since 2000.
I can't understand why a player that a player who is a breadwinner of his family, you are depriving him of his money. What you're supposed to pay, deprive him of that opportunity. And it's good that FIFA has come very hard on this club, and I think other clubs will have to learn from this experience.
Exactly. All right, to some NPFL news now. Of course, the rescheduled match between Eyimba and Sunshine Stars took place yesterday, ended in a draw, and Sunshine Stars interim handler Bobola Akinflarin has blamed his players for their wastefulness in the rescheduled March 13 fixture against Eyimba, which took place yesterday. Of course, with that result, Sunshine Stars moved to 17th position on the league table with 18 points currently. But the coach is saying it should have been a match that they would have won if not for his players being wasteful in front of goal.
Well, a draw is not a bad match, but and just like the bringing of players. But what me, I'm one of those. I don't really sometimes like when coach come out to blame players.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yes, the player may not have played to your instructions. Once he has happened, just accept the result in good faith. Don't crucify the players or trying to use them as an escape goal. But when you as a coach, when you find out the players are wasteful in the front of goal, what do you do? The onus lies on you to make the necessary arrangement and necessary adjustment to ensure that and bring the whole you can deliver. So sometimes when the players are not dribbling good, it's also a reflection of who you are as a coach.
Exactly. Anyway, some matches also go down this weekend. If we have those fixtures, we can quickly go through them. Of course, a very, very tough match is going to be another North Central derby beat. Lobby Stars and neighbors Plateau United. El Kanemi Warriors will host Abia Warriors. Aqua United in that South derby will be up against Bayelsa United. Heartland FC will welcome Bendel Insurance. Ikorodu City in a Southwest derby will welcome Remo Stars, while Enugu Rangers will travel all the way to the northwest to take on Katsina United. Niger Tornadoes will welcome Sunshine Stars, while Rivers United host Kwara United. For Kano Pillars, it will be a date with Shooting Stars in Akure, while Eyimba and National United once again has been postponed in that other side. Quickly, if you look at the rundown of these games,
it appears that the Nigerian Premier League has completely suspended Eyimba activities domestically. Domestically, they are not playing any role in domestic league, pending until they are done with their competition, and that is not supposed to be. But just like see the bigger match to me, in my view, and just like it's just a Lobby Star, Plateau United, North Central Derby, and two of them definitely have a point to prove, and particularly only on the Lobby Star, who are strongly this season and also needed all the results they're supposed to they can grab to move out of the relegation, point, and at the same time to move towards sustain their status in the Premier League. So Daniel Mokashi and his coaching crew, as well as the players of the Lobby Star, will have their full this weekend against the visiting Lobby Star. Don't forget that Lobby are playing in Lafia and not home from away from home. And I think Lobby Plateau United may also take that advantage where we are not going to have a full strength of your home fans at your back, and that will be the opportunity. Because it's good to me, if you are within the North Central, the best place to be is to be at the Lafia Stadium to watch how this North Central club battle it out. Another interesting El Kanemi. Abia Warriors will travel far to Bruno to take on El Kanemi, and El Kanemi has been very, very impressive this season, but in the last 3 matches they are not very effective, and hope that the use opportunities that they are welcoming Abia Warriors to bounce back to a winning way. Another South Derby, Plateau United, Bayelsa United, South Derby. All is not well for now. Baganero just vacated his position as the chief coach of the team, even though the fans are also calling for a sacking of Paul Bassi, the chairman of the club, as well as the commissioner of sport. The fans in Akwa Ibom are feeling that the governor's Pastor Omo Eno is doing so much, investing so much to the club, but unfortunately those in charge of the club are not doing the best to ensure that the club will give them the result they want. So they are calling urging the governor to relieve Pobasi. Pobasi has stayed for a very long time.
Exactly.
To relieve Pobasi, to relieve Pobasi or his position as the chairman of the club, and as well as the commission of the club, all both of them should be removed and probably bring through the field can do the necessary job. So I think it will start from this weekend. Ladan Bosu will lead his Ladan Bosu Bayelsa United side will going to hold Akwa United, and for Pobasi to save his job, and forever he has given opportunity for the interim the assistant coach as interim coach. So he need to save his job if he must want to stay, because the moment the fans keep on private pressure, even the governor is not answering for that, the governor may end up listening to the fans at the end, because the fans are major stakeholders of the club. So then Heartland again will take on. Can you see the fixtures again, please? So Heartland will also try to bounce back to winning with this weekend. They lost their last match narrowly.
And they'll be at home to insurance.
To insurance, and this time around at home to insurance, and they probably and for Ikorodu City lost their after going for 5 match on beating run. So they suffered defeat last weekend, and Remo start coming visiting at the Lagos is another interesting side for. So for those in the southwest, Ikorodu, Mobola Johnson, who is in Mobola Johnson Stadium, will definitely be a place to be as those two guys taking insurance.
Exactly. All right, let's go straight to the UCL, of course, where we saw some interesting games Tuesday and yesterday, and of course for Man City, looks like, should we call it a spell? Nobody really know what is going on. Another painful defeat yesterday to Juventus, and Man City manager Pep Guardiola has explained that his side were not sharp enough in that game against Juventus, where they lost 2-0. According to him, his side were not sharp enough, and Juventus all caught them on the counter. And for Man City, 8 games, just 1 win. And for Pep Guardiola at this point, he doesn't know what's going on. The players don't know what is going on, because people have said, look, even the worst of coaches, you can't even remember the last time they went 8 games winning once, not to talk of a Pep Guardiola. So nobody knows what is going on with Man City at this point.
Obviously, if you ask
I'm
me,
telling you, nobody knows. Yeah.
If you ask me, I don't have the answer. Just like the Guardiola,
does not have the answer.
So it's like as if
because not as if he has changed his coaching methods or anything.
It's not changed anything. And you see the same squad, same players apart from the Rodri that is currently absent. The Kevin De Bruyne has come back.
Has been back.
But unfortunately, all the Haalands, everybody in the Man City are no longer Haaland. They are no longer Kevin De Bruyne. So one cannot even tell. Although some people have said that for instance, some people are also arguing that they don't want Man City to win the league. Okay, if they don't want Man City to win the league,
but they should get the job done on the pitch.
Okay, wait. Now people say that they don't want Man City to win the league again. If they don't want Man City to win the league, is officiating against them?
Exactly.
So if the officiating is against them, you see, there's some officiating. It doesn't mean that they will still not want them to win the Champions League. So it's obviously that sometimes in life, one time no matter how effective you are, if you keep on doing one job repeatedly. If you keep on doing one job repeatedly, time will come you lose interest in that job, and the diminishing return that will maybe probably Pep Guardiola, it's a time for him to change.
Maybe he needs to sometimes when you do, maybe he needs like a rest, another sabbatical.
Yes, he has even said that after Man City he's not going to coach any club. Probably I think he's going to take a national team job and have enough time to, because it's appeared that. And if Man City very soon, though, the Man City, what has kept him so far, why the Man City's board has not even saying anything, is because of the result he has been able to acquire within the last 6 years he has come to the club. But if going forward it's continuing like this, I think definitely hard decision has to be taken.
All right, let's take a look at other results in the UCL that went down fast. Of course, Tuesday, Wednesday, of course, Liverpool continue their fine form, topping their league already in the last of 16, 1-0. Slim victory was over Girona, and Atalanta, a very, very interesting match was, but Real Madrid, courtesy of Bellingham, Vinicius Junior and Mbappe, 3-3 was over Atalanta in a match that, Ademola Lookman actually emerged as a man of the match. Then Brest, despite losing, so a fantastic performance from him. Of course, yesterday also Arsenal 3-0 it was over Monaco in that one. Saka really putting up an impressive performance in that one. AC Milan 2-1 over Cremonese. Then other interesting matches: Barcelona winning 3-2 over Borussia Dortmund. Then which other match of note? There's so many matches we saw tally through. There, of course, Paris Saint-Germain back to winning ways 3-0 over Salzburg. And for Man City, it looks like they might have to go through the playoff route to qualify for the round of 16.
Really unfortunate.
Yeah, because if you can look at that now, those are automatic qualifications.
Liverpool,
Yeah, exactly. The likes of them.
Barcelona, Arsenal, Leverkusen, Aston Villa, Inter, and Brest as well as Lille.
Yeah.
So all from the back one has to struggle for a playoff.
Yeah, the likes of Dortmund, Munich, Atleti, Milan, Atalanta, Juventus, Benfica, and also Man City in that group. Also Madrid are also in that category.
And even looking at the position of the Man City, the group is still continuing. Are they playing the final group match?
But so far those ones they haven't played the final group matches. But as it is, those ones at the top have made the last 16. So when the final group matches are played, no, the second group now will play for a place in the playoff. So once you win the playoff, you join the other ones. Yeah, exactly.
Next round. And if we look at the position of Man City, they're just 8 points from how many number of matches that played so far.
Exactly.
You don't even look sound at all. And well, I think the Pep Guardiola need to find a solution to what is happening at Man City, and at the same time, even the Man City management has to even come in to begin to look inward and to find out what is really because no one can really tell what is really. Just like you see earlier, even the worst club going 8 matches, even apart from the victory against Southampton.
That's what I'm saying. 8 matches they've just won 1. 8 matches with 1 victory. All right, quickly before round up, let's take a look at the EPL interesting matches. Of course, the Manchester Derby comes up this weekend, which will be the star match. Then Arsenal will host Everton, Liverpool against a hard-fighting Fulham, Newcastle against Leicester City, Ipswich will travel to Wolverhampton, Nottingham Forest will host Aston Villa, Brighton, Crystal Palace, Man City United in the Derby, Chelsea, Brentford in the London Derby, Southampton, Tottenham Hotspur, while Bournemouth will take on West Ham United.
It's like Man City will definitely continue because the last time Pep Guardiola and Ruben Amorim met, it was 4-0 against Pep Guardiola. Although that time Amorim was Sporting FC for Portugal, but now with Manchester United and with the current form of Manchester Man City, obviously Man City it is going to be an interesting game. But at least everybody for bookmaker and for those who want to go and bet, definitely want to stay with Man U because of the current conditions of Man City. Yeah, although it's going to be interesting, the Manchester Derby for now. Arsenal will be likely to bounce back the winning way against Everton, although the strong last weekend against Fulham, and they hope to bounce back this time around. And Fulham and Liverpool, well, to me, appear to be the most in form probably so far this season, both in Europe and both in domestic. They are doing fantastically well. And even though Fulham has showed who they are this season, playing fantastic game, but Liverpool will still stand a chance to get another 3 points from this game and extending their lead on the top of the table. And for Chelsea, what?
Brentford can always be a tricky side.
It's a tricky side, but Chelsea are playing a fantastic game now. So I think going by what they are playing now, I think Brentford will not be too much difficult for them to despise and probably keep on mounting pressures on the Liverpool because Chelsea appear to be the one now chasing Liverpool.
All right, with that, we call it today on today's edition of Sports Orbit. We'll be back hopefully next week again with another exciting edition of the program. Do join us once again. Thank you for being in the studio once again. Until we come your way again, do have a wonderful time. My name is Afa Cho and it's bye for now.
Ready for the Leadership Awards and Conference 2024. Join us as we celebrate excellence across various fields, honoring those who've made remarkable impacts. Award categories include Person of the Year, Quinquennial Award for Governance and Infrastructure, Governors of the Year, Business Person of the Year, and many more. Stay updated by following us on social media and visiting our website leadership.ng. For sponsorship inquiries, contact us today. Leadership Award and Conference 2024, celebrating excellence, inspiring the future. Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.